Mark, what a pleasure to be down here at the South Melbourne Market. When I'm cooking, I normally do it in a more private sort of locale, but it's nice for the people to finally get to see what I can do. What are we doing today? You're going to teach me how to do something cool?
Yeah, something different, something with indigenous herbs and spices and stuff you'll find around Melbourne here, but also around the country. So cool. Again, people know that I cook a lot of stuff with these indigenous fruits, nuts, proteins. But today we're going to do a kangaroo stir fry, something really easy, very basic, to give people an idea of some of the flavours we'll be using here.
Great, basic sounds right up my alley.
This is the best part of the kangaroo.
Yep.
This is the tail fillet. So when you're looking at that, it sits above the tail, so it's just this section here.
Yeah.
Just on the back there. That's the nice leanest part. Just some veggies, basic veggies here to go with it. Lots of colour, lots of vibrancy. But I'm going to also put through some warrigal greens. Now the warrigal greens are very different, very unique. You'll find them a lot down here in Victoria, but also up around New South Wales, up along the coastal regions there. And all the convicts, they're all scurvied up, getting sick. They found this stuff, full of vitamin C, great folate, and but it's a toxin as well. It's got a toxin through it.
Right.
Best way to get rid of this toxin is just to boil it in a bit of water, or you just fry it out. So sustainable stuff, really, really meaty as well. Munch on a bit of that.
This one you've just told me is toxic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't die.
Okay.
But you need to eat about 1 kilo before you get diarrhea or something like that. So,
right.
You know.
Well, I'll have a go.
And it's a nice, just a little filler. And also what I'm going to put through is some of this lemon myrtle, again from the Northern Rivers. You'll find a lot of this in New South Wales. It originated up around, the Byron Bay area, Lismore, Northern Rivers of New South Wales. Now, get that, put that through your hands, have a go at it. And
is this getting more popular with cooking and stuff?
It's huge. You'll find a lot of it around the markets here.
Oh, wow.
But this grows everywhere. It's a great plant. It's just like lemons. But the good thing about this, it's not as harsh as lemon.
It smells nice soft. Like lemon and honey or something almost. Yeah,
it's got a nice scent to it. So we'll be putting a bit of that through there too. But look, got to get you to work. So what we're going to do is prep some of these veggies. Got a peeler here for you.
Okay.
So you can do the carrots. You can start on that. I'm going to start on the capsicum. How's your peeling going? You're a bit slow, aren't you?
Yes. I mean, in so many ways, yes. You've been cooking for decades. When did you get into it?
78.
78?
That's when I started my apprenticeship.
Good year. Bloody hell.
So, I've been doing this a long time. I love it. It's been a passion for mine. But, once I did my apprenticeship and I was the first Indigenous person on the Illawarra coast, where I grew up, to actually come out with a degree in food.
Right.
When you're thinking about the early 80s, late 70s, it was still way back, backwards in a lot of ways. And not only that, along the way I've been able to teach other Indigenous kids, get them into the industry, show them what it's all about.
This is harder than it should be. How have I done? Is that acceptable?
No, you're pretty bad. Clean up. So it's easier just to do it that way.
Yeah, that makes... All right, I was actually thinking the peeler was broken, but
the peeler?
You're sort of proven that to be incorrect.
Try that and just like...
I mean, yeah, all right.
And you just go backwards like that.
Try that. You make that
in the dish.
You're like, just do it like you've had 40 years of experience. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. All right.
Okay, so the carrot, I'm just going to julienne these.
Oh, yeah. I was going to suggest a julienne.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is just like a sideways chop.
Yeah, really.
Which is also one of my favourite dance moves.
How does that go?
I mean, I've made it up, but if I was going to commit to the bit, I guess something like this. But I wouldn't commit to that.
When I started finding out about, the foods and spices and stuff, which I already knew about because we used to go back to Cabbage Tree Island, where my mother came from, which was a mission.
Yep.
And my father grew up on a riverbed, so we ended up going back to the town there, seeing cousins and everybody, and it was always an adventure to try a lot of this stuff.
Is that where your passion for food started, with your aunties?
Oh yeah, definitely. And watching my godmother, she was a really good cook. And Mum used to do a lot of desserts. She wasn't very good on the meat. You could walk to Darwin on a steak. But, watching that really sparked me interest, and hence why I started cooking. And I'm 9 years old, I was playing rugby.
Because your old man was a pro rugby
he was the first Indigenous player to play NRL in Australia. So he played for Newtown, the Jets, but that's how we ended up in Wollongong, off the mission.
Right.
So we ended up in Wollongong, and he became a really good footballer.
Amazing.
So that's how we ended up there.
Time to check back in on my amazing culinary skills.
So we're going to put through here as well some beans, just to give it a bit of texture, a bit of colour.
Yep.
Not only that, a bit of fibre as well. Basically, a cross
you want me to julienne them?
Well, not julienne
Damn
them,
it.
just give
I thought I
just
had
cut
something.
a good
How's that?
size. Perfect.
Somehow there's 6 pieces there, not 2 of them the same.
Yeah, well,
How have I done that?
Indigenous food is really complex in flavour, all sorts of stuff. Same with the proteins. You can't eat koalas. You can't eat, things like that because they're toxic.
Koalas are toxic.
Yeah. Got just a little bit of garlic we're going to put with it as well.
You can just put some garlic on the stove and people in the house will be like, oh, that smells good. Like, yeah, everything else is burnt, but there's some garlic on the stove.
So, look, I'll show you a brunoise. A brunoise is a small cube.
Okay.
Like that.
A brunoise.
A brunoise.
So like...
Yep. Perfect. Bit thicker.
Thicker than that?
Yeah, yep.
Everyone different from the last.
So now, best way to hold a knife is like that. You've got to get that V with your finger, just like that. You don't clutch it, so you're sort of like, it's just nice and easy.
Yeah.
Now just start doing that. This should never leave the board.
Okay.
So you're pushing forward all the time, and it comes from the shoulder.
Yep.
Using the arm, because then you won't have all of that problem there.
Right.
Now with this side, it's always good to hold them like that. Now put your hands like that. Okay, so you've got that.
I'm going to chop a finger off, aren't I?
Now, you've got to have your flange down like that.
Get my flange down?
You got your flange down. So what you've got to do is rub your flange on that part of the knife.
Okay.
And it should never come up higher than that.
If my flange is that bit there?
Right there.
That's my flange.
That's your flange.
Bloody hell.
So what you're doing is you're pushing forward. Don't bring it up any higher. You don't do that. It's just, that should never leave.
Right.
Okay, so just like that. Turn that flange is out the front. The 3 fingers are behind the back.
Oh.
The thumb is on the back here too. So you're doing that. What you're doing now is just the 3 fingers at the back are holding that, guiding those through. And the thumb is anchoring all of that. So you're anchoring all of that.
Yeah.
So it's just basically shimmy back with your fingers, and then you've got a nice brunoise, which is a nice dice.
Right. I don't, like, you're doing 3 things at once. I don't understand how you're able to do that. Probably 43 years of experience.
Oh, well, it's coordination.
Okay. All right. All right, harsh but fair.
I'm going to show you the roux, and you're going to actually chop some too.
Okay.
We're the only country in the world that eats our coat of arms.
We find funny things to take pride in, don't we?
See that fillet, that tail fillet, really nice. Look how lean it is. So we're just going to clean it just a little bit. Take that sinew off. What we've got here is that lovely tail. Now you can see the meat, you can see the grain going that way. What you've got to do is cut across that.
Okay.
So what we're doing is...
Man, you made this look easier than...
So it's pushing it forward and pushing that blade forward. That just goes right through it. Lovely, lovely bit of protein. What I've got here is a mixture of herbs and spices. This is bush tomato.
Oh, this is bush tomato.
What I'm going to get you to do is just break that down for me.
So this is like dried up bush tomato?
This is dried bush tomato. When you've got the actual bush tomato and it's on a shrub, it's yellow. It's got this lovely, lovely yellow colour. They take it off and then it dries out and it looks like a little raisin.
Okay.
So once you get that raisin, you grind that down in a mortar and pestle. This is what you get, this lovely coloured
Yeah.
herb. Now taste that. Take a pinch of that. It starts off bitter. It gets sweeter.
Yeah.
But it's got this lovely tomato flavour to it. And it's an earthy tomato, that fruit flavour.
That's a big flavour.
Yeah, but I've made a mix here. I've got some chilli flakes in here. We've got the salt bush, we've got the pepper leaf, we've got some ground lemon myrtle already done up.
Yep.
Through that as well. We've got the pepper leaf, we've got the sea parsley as well.
Oh, there's a lot going on in
There's
here.
a lot going on in there, but you do the marination.
All right.
I'll do the chopping. Cutting across the grain here.
Playing to our strong suits here. I can sprinkle with the best of them. Back at South Melbourne Market, the veggies are prepped and it's time to fry.
What we'll do, fry them off first. So the onions are going to flavour that pan.
Yep. Oh, look at that.
Okay, you can smell the flavours of that coming out there
Oh,
now.
yeah, hello.
Just out of those.
We need smell-o-vision.
We do need.
They're really missing
smell-o-vision.
out at home. That looks all. That could be it. I mean, look at those colours. We're having some issues with the stove, but this just shows how good Mark Olive is. He can cook even if the stove sucks. So you're saying in an ideal world, the stovetop would remain on while you're cooking?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
would.
I'm learning a lot today. Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is cook the meat, then we'll mix everything up.
Come on, flame.
Now,
Oh, wow, so it cooks quickly though.
that does cook quickly, and you don't want to overcook kangaroo either,
Right.
because if you overcook it, it goes really rubbery and it's hard. You can walk on it, basically.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Stay. Okay, so we've got the garlic,
Oh, yeah. So the last few bits to go in.
and we got put the kangaroo back in.
Yep. Oh man, that's. Now we want the smell-o-vision now. That smells
It
delicious.
smells unbelievable,
Oh,
doesn't
so good.
it? Okay, so with that, onion. You can see that mixing through that. Anyway, there shouldn't be any moisture in there, but there is. That's okay. So with that, we're adding colour now.
Yep.
So that. You have a go at it?
Is there any technique with the throw in here?
No, not really.
Sort of a. I'm going with the sort of the
You're going with
rolling
the
of the
flow.
wrist.
As you do. Look at all that colour. Again, we put these right in at the very end.
The mushrooms right at the end. You just want to keep
Just a little
them.
bit of heat.
Yep.
Now the warrigal green, like I said, it's very easy to chop up. Just give it a little bit of colour, texture. And basically, this is our stir fry. Like I said, this should be super hot.
Yep.
This into here. And we'll do another one here. Look at the colours and the flavour in that. Put the relish over that so you can use it yourself.
Yep.
Stir that through.
All right. Let's eat.
All right, Maddie, this is it. The kangaroo stir fry. This is with the bush tomato relish.
Yep.
This is with the pepperberry. What we do now is we just mix all of that sauce through the flavour.
I basically made this.
You made it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for helping me make this dish.
Something you can go home and cook for your girlfriend.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be something different that she's never tried.
I reckon she'll be very keen. Oh yeah, that's yum.
It's nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's been great hanging out. Thanks so much for teaching me all these things. Can't wait to take some of these terms home with me. I'm
You'll be an expert.
Yeah, I want to impress some people soon. It's been a real pleasure. Cheers, Mark.
Cheers.
Cheers.
He is the beer pioneer. Oh, yes, he is.